shifting over, and we are officially live with the second episode of our General Manager Mode Adventures, and in game it's third week. We're going into the third week. Last week we did the draft and the first 2 weeks, and over in that corner over there, it's probably a little bit small, I'm gonna go to the big screen soon. You can see the results. I'm Smackdown, and we've lost 100,000 viewers to Raw, and Raw have been quite aggressive, I want to say. They've had 2 WWE title matches, a couple of Intercontinental title matches and tag title matches as well. So to counter, I'm not gonna go all out. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my style. That's not how I roll. But yeah, to counter that, tonight we are gonna have our very first World Heavyweight Championship match. And after the draft, I made it very, very specific that I was not putting the belts on anyone. They had to earn it. So at this point, yeah, I'm just gonna switch over. As tonight, we're gonna have our very first title match. The World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line in a match between Batista and Rey Mysterio, who both won their first 2 matches. And I've already set everything up. Other matches that we have for our first card tonight, of course I do plan to do multiple weeks before the end of the stream. We're going to start off with Joey Mercury versus Kane. We have a triple threat. On the main show, we're going to go over to Gregory, Helms, Chavo, Guerrero, which of course is one of the running feuds. We're going to have Psychosis versus Big Show, which is part of the Mexico versus Big Show and Kane feud. Lashley versus Booker T is a rematch, but they did quite well. Michael's gonna face Undertaker because, well, one of the 4 people in the main event title picture rivalry is already occupied, so Michaels is just gonna face Undertaker because he was left. Triple H and Orton are gonna continue the 2v2 rivalry between DX and Orton and Batista. And of course, Batista, being very dominant in his first few weeks, is going to have the 3rd main event in a row, this time against Rey Mysterio, who's also won his 2 matches against Bobby Lashley and Undertaker. And yeah, that's basically the card we have for tonight. We're also going to run an advertisement because we need money, and we're going to have a title match hype, of course, to hype up the title match later in the night. It's going to be important. So we're just going to confirm that. I also do want to state, before we get into any matches, the sound balancing should be better than last week. It actually should be good, which it wasn't before. And outside that, I've changed a couple of settings in the game because finishers were coming way too quick. Didn't really make any sense. So the momentum is down. Stamina's turned back on because last time I played as I was a kid and didn't want to deal with stamina. So we have stamina now, we have lower building momentum, so finishers are going to come a little bit later in the match, which probably means they're also going to be more effective. I also turned finisher damage further up higher, so there are likely to be finishers tonight. And I raised the exhibition difficulty, but I think the difficulty was already a legendary for GM mode. Cover, didn't mean to do that. And it's a 2 count. Why is that a 2 count? Okay. Opening match around velocity between Kane and Joey Mercury. Both, of course, are part of the tag team division. We are yet to crown a tag team champion, which is gonna happen somewhere within the next month, that's for sure. Mercury, of course, teaming with Johnny Nitro. Kane, of course, teaming with Big Show. Kane and Big Show together are in a feud with Super Crazy and Psychosis, also known as the Mexicals. Vicious choke slam by Kane to plunger and Mercury down, going for the cover.
There's the cover. Is that it? No, only a 2 count.
Only 2.
Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole. Well, thanks a lot, man. You know, you're not always
Joey
my number
Mercury
one
has
choice for a
yet
broadcast
to win a
partner,
match
right?
since
You should do, girl pants. You should team
starting
up with
this
Guerrero.
adventure of general manager
Look at
mode.
these fans. They didn't like that one bit. Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad. He's going for the
Going for a second choke slam.
Here he goes. Choke slam from hell. You can't ever imagine the kind of pain that inflicts. Whoa. I think these fans have... Here's the pin. This could be it. The referee's hand was coming
Another
down
2
for a
count.
3 count. If I had to pick only
Kane
one
now
reason
seemingly
why I'm
getting
not on Raw,
annoyed.
it would have
Just
to be
tossing
Kane.
Mercury to the
Just being
outside.
this close to this monster is terrifying. I couldn't imagine having to do it every week. Hey, Cole, change your underpants and settle down, okay? Me, I like watching Kane tear dudes apart. That's just me. I can watch the Big Red Machine every day of the week. I like this guy. Maybe because I'm so... But the viciousness, the brutality, the complete lack of concern for the welfare of his fellow superstars, whether they're opponents or not. How can... And it looks like he's bleeding. This is not going to help his chances. Well, that depends, Cole. I mean,
Mercury
some guys,
now
they go
bleeding.
nuts at the sight of their own blood, and they become unstoppable. Well, that doesn't
Refuses to
seem like a
stay
good
down though.
strategy to me. I hope he ends. Look at this.
We're also going for a 3rd choke slam.
He's got this guy way up there, Cole. What goes up must
And Mercury is knocked out. Knockout victory for Kane here in the opening match for Velocity in the first week of this week's stream. It really sounds weird. In the first week of this week's stream. Of course, we are working with in-game weeks. Good victory for Kane.
Here's your winner, Kane!
That's for sure, Paul. I'll tell you what, I hope these guys have a rematch so we can prove it again.
Right, next up is a triple threat match. Rob Van Dam, Johnny Nitro, and Super Crazy. This is going to be hectic. This is going to be extremely hectic. That could probably be the fun as well. Mercury a little bit unsuccessful in his match against Kane. Is Nitro going to be able to win and balance things out for Team M&M?
Watch it. He reversed it.
Well done, the reversal. Crazy.
RBD calls himself the whole damn show, and that just gives you... He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see. You can't just keep playing to the crowd, though, Cole. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion.
Rob Van Dam interfering in between whatever Nitro was planning to do with Super Crazy.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week. Yes, but that's the case. I don't think the fans like that one too much. Look at how short this breaks this guy's heart. It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE. He's 3 seconds away from a
Thanks
win.
Van Dam.
If you ask me, I think every fan in this arena is just waiting for the day when Johnny Nitro gets what's coming to him. Well, actually, I don't believe anybody else shoots, so just sit there, look stupid, and be quiet. I like Nitro. He's on his way to go. This has been a great match so far. Come on, quit showing off. This is supposed to be a wrestling match.
Super Crazy doing really well here.
We've seen this before, Taz. He's
been the one on
wrestling his
top quite a few
style of
times now.
match, and he's coming up on a big payoff. He anticipated that move perfectly. Man, so good.
Little double team from Nitro and Van Dam.
So he tries to screw his opponent out of the victory. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with doing whatever it takes to win the match. If it was that bad, the ref would have DQ'd him, right? Oh, man, this superstar is all fired up. And so
Now
is this
Nitro's on a
capacity
roll.
crowd. Yeah, well, tell you what, one mistake and wouldn't see that fire go out. What the?
Scuba roll up into the rope break. Nitro with a reversal.
I thought I had this thing figured out. You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. I disagree. He likes fighting dirty, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty good at it. He certainly is, and I hope he's proud of himself. Personally, I find it disgusting. Here it comes! A super kick to the face, and this could be the beginning of the end.
That's not the person I'm going to pin.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move... Here's the pin! Oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Van Dam breaking the pin here for Super Crazy.
Happy while you build some momentum, Taz. Taz, in your entire career, have you ever seen a superstar as loved by the fans as Rob Van Dam? Nope, I've never had. I mean, every man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head. There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now. Watch out! Here it comes! Super kick right in the mush! Oh! He's bleeding all over the place! This one's getting ugly! It's definitely not pretty.
It's not going well for Nitro. Gets Super Crazy exactly where he wanted him. Now Rob Van Dam preventing him from going for the cover.
Now that he's been busted open. And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match. It sure could.
Van Dam with a really dangerous submission. Eventually close on making Nitro tap out. Super Crazy now with plenty of time to recover.
Nitro in action, I'm blown away. Hey, let's think about it. He's still just a kid. He's got his whole career ahead of him. Don't remind me, Taz. I have enough trouble putting up with this obnoxious ass every Friday night. I don't like to think about how much longer he's got it covered. Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at him right here. And that's a potential. There's the pin.
Both men down. Is this going to be enough? Crazy able to kick out after 2.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw. I couldn't. Oh, look out!
Another super kick.
You can take someone's head off with that. There's the cover. Can he do it?
Van Dam breaking the pin once more. Nitro very close on putting Super Crazy away.
It makes you sick, Cole. Every time you see Nitro, it reminds you of, come on, ref. That should have been a disqualification. He can get the pin right here. We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can. Hey, no, that's not going to make you popular, but you got to do whatever it takes to win. It sounds like this capacity crowd is something on their minds, Taz. Yeah, and thousands of the adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see. Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit. Here's the pin. Great reversal. He's winding up.
And Nitro wins with the KO. After RVD making sure Nitro could not pin Super Crazy, it now ends with a knockout, as Crazy caught his 3rd super kick.
Holy great match, Cole. Talk about a rocket buster. You're not kidding.
That's of course the end of Velocity. We're now going to move on to the main show. I'm going to start off with Gregory, Helms versus Chavo, Guerrero. 3rd week in a row. So far they are 1-1. Who's going to take the upper hand? Of course, both Gregory Helms as well as Chavo Guerrero very well on their way on becoming the first Cruiserweight champion here on Smackdown. Both men would love to have that honor. They're fighting to see who's at least going to be in contention for the one title.
There's the cover. Can he do it? Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness. You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Helms showing his technical prowess early on in the match. Chavo now with a reversal.
And use that energy to win the match. The smartest thing Gregory Helms ever did was getting rid of that stupid, goofy superhero costume he used to wear. You say that, but quite frankly, man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head. There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
Dropkick to the midsection, twice in a row in the corner.
Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it. Oh, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a podcast partner, right? You know what you should do, girlfriends? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. And you could be the king and queen.
Gregory Helms now working the leg of Chavo Guerrero.
You know, oh man, this is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in. I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here. Feel like a real jerk when
Reversal to Chavo. Gregory Helms now down on the floor.
Great reversal.
Helms now with a quick roll-up.
He may get the 3 count from here. Wow, they don't get much
Almost a 3
closer than that.
count.
He was one step ahead on that one.
Helms arguing with the referee.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off. You're not going to hear me say
And we have an abdominal trench into the ropes though, so Chavo forced to release the hold before doing too much damage.
Nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match, he's measuring his opponent. Oh man, wicked shining wizard, right to the
Big
baby.
shining wizard, but Gregory Helms pretty much hit out of nowhere, but still only a 2 count. Chavo stays in the race for this match.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turning. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming
Helms
alive.
now sending
This is
Chavo
what
up
they
on the
came
top
to
rope.
see. Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself.
Amazing superplex by Gregory Helms, landing Chavo down, doing some damage to Gregory Helms himself as well.
I'll tell you.
Helms going for another cover.
This guy might not have enough to kick out. Bill's got the 3 right there, Cole.
And again, only a 2 count. Helms now getting
When you see this
frustrated,
level of
tries to take it out on the
competition,
referee.
there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw. I couldn't agree more, Taz. Oh, come on, what show Raw? This is supposed to be a wrestling match, not a popularity contest. We've seen this before, Taz. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff. You know, Taz, I wish Gregory Helms had stayed on Raw. He was a fan favorite, and he didn't have the chip on his shoulder that he's got these days. Yeah, but he was also... And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is. You're not kidding, Cole. What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz. Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, watch your head.
Another shining wizard, and we're seeing yet another knockout. That's amazing. Knockouts all night.
Holy great match, Cole. Talk about a rocket buster. You're not kidding, Taz.
Here's
These
your
superstars
winner,
beat the hell out of each other until one of them
Gregory
Man,
Helms.
I'll tell you.
Gregory Helms wins the opening match here on Smackdown. Of course, the other 2 matches were Velocity. Just pointing that out. We have 5 more matches to go. Next up is Psychosis versus Big Show, in what's truly a David versus Goliath matchup. Psychosis early on in the match now just trying to strike the big man down, trying to move faster than him.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Unsuccessful in trying to lift Big Show
How
up.
come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't
Psychosis
exactly
potentially
great
only giving
entertainment,
himself a
right?
hernia.
You might be right, Taz.
And now for the roll up. Quick roll up.
Oh man, I can't believe
Big Show able to kick out.
this has been a great match so far. I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going. Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then? There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're gonna... Oh, come on, quit showing off.
First move by the Big Show now.
Not a popularity.
Big sidewalk slam, planting Psychosis down on the floor.
And he's coming up on a big payoff. There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford...
Big Show now showing the size difference.
Without the fans, watch it. He reversed it. I hope this isn't going to throw his back out if he keeps this up. And that certainly wouldn't do him any favors in this match. Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. I disagree. He's wrestled this match
And a reversal of the Big Show.
and now we see it
So
paying
far,
off.
Psychosis unable to get the Big Show off his feet.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Thanks for playing.
Trying to go for a back suplex once more. Definitely not going well for Psychosis. He's going for chops to the chest of Big Show.
The slightest hint of weakness in the other. That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar.
Down the stretch.
It's survival of the
Psychosis holding the hold. You can't really blame him.
100%. You've got to be able to hide it
Big
from
Show
your
on the
opponent.
floor
You
for
got
the
that
first
right,
time in
Cole.
this match.
This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think you're easy pick.
Now finally to do some damage, Psychosis staying with Big Show with the reversal.
No matter how beaten up they get. This is one heck of a match so far.
Another
It sure
reversal
is,
of Big
Taz.
Show.
What do you think the highlight has been so far? Well, that'll probably come a little bit later on in the match. You decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, and I can enjoy it in peace. Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to have disturbed you. This is going to require more strength than that. You gotta be dreaming if you think you're gonna pull that off. This capacity crowd is making their opinion. That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Big arm drag by Psychosis.
Really swelling this guy's head. There's no doubt that these fans
Using
love it,
agility and
Taz,
momentum
he's feeding off that energy
to get the
right
Big
now.
Show off the floor for just a little bit.
Oh man, this is just about the last hole you want to find yourself in. I can imagine. Just look at the pressure.
Psychosis now with the reversal.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table. Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You'll be cruiserweight champion in like a year. Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marines drill instructors look like pushovers. Duh. They're just training people to go
Shoulder attack by the Big Show.
training to be WWE superstars. He's got something big planned here, Cole. He
Now
sure
setting up
does.
for the choke slam. This is gonna be enough.
Man,
And Psychosis is knocked out. Very, very unfortunate for Psychosis. Big Show with a big win here. Together with Kane's victory on Velocity. That's pretty impressive.
what a match. These superstars brutalized each other until one of them was unable
Here's
to
your winner,
think of a better way to prove that you're
The Big Show.
If your opponent can't continue the match,
Next up, we got Bobby Lashley versus Booker T. before we head over to that, I'm